streaming once. It showed that we were streaming twice.
And then
And
we had 4
sold.
streaming videos.
Yeah, then we have 4 streaming videos. Yeah, which is great. I am going to, I'll go back and delete 2 out of 4 of those, but then I'll keep the other one. It says it's upcoming. Hopefully it should be working now. Upcoming, and it's live. Okay, yeah, we're live. We are good to go. Welcome back, everybody, to Movie Night, the night where we're talking about movies. I know everybody's stoked that we're back.
Yes, sir.
We fixed everything. And yes. So, yes, we will be good. All right, so where were we?
So what's that?
Right, didn't make it. So I'm
like and subscribe. It's Movie
trying to
Night
add all
at
these
Hayhoe
scenes
Studios.
back. I have to add all these scenes. Sorry, I have to add all these scenes back. And it's doing it.
Wait! Before we go any further, you're under arrest! You! Yeah!
Hold on. I can't just do this for whatever reason.
It's movie night, baby, movie night, baby.
There we go. Add one scene video.
Just
like and subscribe. It's movie night.
Okay. I think we got them all. We're back, everybody. We're back.
Click that button, don't think twice. Like and subscribe to watch more. Like and subscribe to watch more. Movie night from Hayhoe Studios.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, guys, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Tremaine Hayhoe. This is Uncanny, the amateur movie expert at your service. We are talking about one of the best movies, most anticipated movies of 2026, Dune 3. Again, so I hated, myself and Trevor Harris both hated Dune 1 because it was worse than watching paint dry.
Every time you say that, it's like I can understand why somebody would say that, but it still hurts me. It's like if I had a son who was kind of stupid and then somebody called him stupid. I'm like, I know that he is, but it still hurts me that you would say such a thing about my boy.
Oh, your boy. Yeah, I know, your precious boy. You know, I will say this. I haven't gone back to watch Dune 1 after watching Dune 2. There is a chance that it might be better because I have more information and I know more of what's going on.
It could be. You still might. It's still. I think you'd appreciate it more, but I think that it's still never going to be your favorite compared to Dune 2. The thing with Dune 2 is because it's like. It's like I mean, it's like a cynical. Like if I had to compare it, right, it'd be like the Fellowship of the Ring and Lord of the Rings, except for minus like add a whole bunch of cynicism and take away all the beauty of the Shire and the Hobbits.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, can you imagine the Fellowship, except for it doesn't take place in like a beautiful place with like charming fat Irish people, right? Like short Irish people. And I mean, I'm just repeating myself, right? But
short, fat, or they're
short,
fat and short.
people.
Or they're
but you know, it's like it's just gonna be more setting things up, like setting the tensions and like the events of the adventure, setting it up. Whereas the second one is like you're jumping in the action, right? Like Paul is learning how to become a Fremen, like he's kind of developing these relationships and he's like going out and kicking butt and riding sandworms. So like, you know, it's just gonna be more exciting. And I will say this, it is one of the reasons that I like Dune 1 is because I am a fan of the book. And one of the things that really is important, especially like the more well written a source material is, right? Like a book or a play or whatever it is, right? The more it's important for the people making a movie adaptation to respect it, like to like it and to respect it.
Totally.
Because otherwise it's not like, you know, like here's a good example. Netflix will put out like 30 crappy fantasy miniseries and movies over the span of a year or two, right? And you're
Mhm.
like, well, whatever. It's just a crappy Netflix, miniseries. But when they take something like The Witcher, which is like based off of Polish and Eastern or Western Slavic, like Eastern European lore, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
beloved by people. Like Henry Cavill fought to get that slot as what's his name? Gerald, right?
Uh-huh.
And he left voluntarily because the writers screwed up the source material so bad that like he didn't even want to be part of it anymore.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad if you think about it.
It's terrible, and like you could tell he put his heart and soul into that, and it's because he loves the source material. He wanted to make something that would honor that like great series of books, right? And like the folklore based off of it. And like when you see somebody who takes a good source material and does it faithfully, it's like it makes it twice as good. But if they screw it up and they don't really care about it, it makes it twice as bad.
Yeah, or worse than twice, like 5 times as bad, or unwatchable. So was it Witcher? Witcher was the first season was good, and then the second season was bad, or the first two
The
seasons?
writers butchered the whole thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because the first season was they did everything where they would jump back and forth between 10 years in the past and the present. So like it was constantly like jumping back and forth. And if you didn't know anything about The Witcher, like the lore,
Yeah.
you would just be confused. You'd be like, well, what the heck? I just saw Gerald over in this palace and now he's in a swamp. Like I just saw this
Right.
girl over here and now she's dead. And it's like,
She
you know,
did.
she
Yeah. She did.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that is what's so important about who makes the material. It has to be someone that honors it and does it justice and cares. Because if they're just doing it for a paycheck, phoning it in, and like so many Netflix shows where it's like, well, we just care about watch time. We just want people to just turn it on and have it on in the background. Maybe have come out with 5 seasons at a time, and then they'll just throw it on. They don't really seem to care about people actually wanting to like it.
Yeah. No, it's true. And that's one of the things it is just very frustrating. Is like, listen, I understand you guys want money and nerds like me want to see our favorite IPs turn into movie magic, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, but listen, if you want to do that, you can't just to put in maybe a slightly crude way, and Trevor would definitely make me go to confession for this, right? It's like, listen, if you want to wine and dine me and get me to put out my money and my love, you need to wine and dine me, right? Treat me like a human being. Like, listen to
Right.
my stories and maybe even do a chuckle even in my bad jokes a little bit, right? As long as they're not too bad or too frequent. Don't treat me like some sort of like one night stand you picked up drunk from the club and then ditch me on the street when you're done. Like that's
Right. Right. Yeah. The some of the YouTube comments on Dune 3 are pretty epic. The uh, someone said Christian Bale cast as the Sandworm. That dude is so versatile. Versatile. For real. Someone said Robert Pattinson's path from Edward in Twilight to Scytale in Dune couldn't have been foreseen by the Lisa Al-Gaib himself. I think you would get that. I don't get that as much as you. Dude killed 61 billion fans of ballet and opera. Insane. Someone said that. Did you hear what he said about ballet and opera?
no.
He was basically like, oh, yeah. He basically said something like, no one cares about ballet and opera anymore. And everyone got so mad about him.
I mean, it's not
He's
wrong.
not wrong. It's not wrong. I know. I'm sure it's, the people that care about ballet and opera are the ones that someone else. I'm trying to find the comment that I saw, but it was basically the biggest comment that I saw was, "This is what we want for big budget blockbuster movies. This is what we want to go to the theater for. Bring us
Yeah.
stuff like this, all right? Like, because if it was something like a made-for-TV show with crappy CGI worms and everything, I mean, you stream it, and you're not going to go to the theaters for that, right? You want to go to a theater to see the big spectacle, and yeah.
No, I can't agree more. So to change the exact topic, but to keep in a similar thread, what is the deal with this new Lord of the Rings movie that Stephen Colbert is going to be in?
What is the deal with? Yeah, okay. So Peter Jackson, I saw the announcement, and Peter Jackson, it looks like he's seen better days. By the way, I feel really bad. I'm sorry, Peter Jackson, Stephen, and it was the most Stephen Colbert announcement ever. So,
Oh, I'm seeing a picture of it. Yeah.
Here we go. No, you know what? Let's react to that. Let's react.
Okay.
To this right here. So, okay, you know what? Let's show it like this.
Stephen Col.
So
Why
and he
is
did
he
it in the most
co-writing
annoying.
it?
He did it in the most annoyingly Stephen Colbert way. Here
Why
we
don't
go.
I get somebody else to explain it? Because we've got a very special partner
Good to
that
be
we're working
special
with,
partner.
and you can see for yourself.
Let me
Hang on.
call him real quick.
There we go.
Let me call him. Oh God, that's already really annoying. The fact that he has this book up. That is already really, really annoying.
Yeah.
Hello.
And he,
Hi, Peter. Hey, Stephen. Hi.
Stephen Colbert's seen better days too. I'm not gonna lie.
oh yeah, and he's lost his mind over losing his show because nobody watched it, nobody cares. I mean,
It just wasn't funny, dude. Like when I was younger, like so like here's a good example. My dad, he was like a like like super Republican, like he loved Ronald Reagan, right? Like he was the most anti-PC guy ever, right? But
right.
and I would say quite funny and personable himself. But he loved watching them. We would watch the Colbert Show together, and he would laugh. And it's even though Stephen Colbert's a liberal that's kind of making fun of people like him, like his writing team must have carried him because
Yes.
the Colbert Show is funny. It was funny even if they were poking fun at you. And then he went to the Daily Show, and it was just terrible, just so unfunny. It was
Yeah.
not the Daily Show. Sorry, not the Daily Show. The what was
Tonight
the one?
Show.
The Tonight Show. It was
Or,
just
yeah, it was
so
the Tonight Show.
boring.
Well, yeah, no. He was funny on the Daily Show because he was
Yes.
that one side character. They bring him on, and he'd be the over the top Republican that was unaware, and
Yeah.
he did it in a funny way that wasn't making Republicans look like complete assholes, and it wasn't in a smarmy, smirky type way.
It was
in
kind of a
jovial-
cheeky way, right? It was
jovial, cheeky.
lighthearted.
Yeah, lighthearted that everybody can laugh at, whether you're a Republican or Democrat. You could laugh at this character, and he was funny. Yeah, and then went on his own show, and he progressively, like lost the act, and he just dropped the whole act, and he just became more.
The great irony is
hateful. He just had all this hate in his heart.
he went from playing a kind of caricature, kind of like you said, not very self-aware, kind of almost clueless Republican, to then becoming a clueless, unself-aware liberal.
Yeah, you're right.
He wasn't joking.
But he wasn't.
Like,
Yeah, and he wasn't joking, and it wasn't funny.
Yeah,
Anything that he does. Yeah.
Like, dude, when I was in high school, like I had his. I remember he
high
released
school.
back in the day. He had this. He released this book called "I Am America and So Can You," and it was obviously it was a political comedy book, and it was funny, and like I would read it with like my dad, and it poked fun at conservatives and like Christians and stuff, but it was funny, dude. It was like the jokes were like, yeah, you're kind of making fun of me, but also like it's just I don't know. It was charming, it was funny, and he just
Well, there's a lightheartedness to it that is funny, and it's not hateful, it's not spiteful. He didn't seem to really hate who he's making fun of. He was just kind of making a mockery of it and being jovial
It's
about it.
yeah, it's kind of like poking. It's kind of like how maybe like you and I might poke fun at each other, or like you kind of
Yeah.
make fun of like your family, like a cousin or like your sibling, and like a, you know, like there's
Right,
a little
yeah,
bit
you
of
don't-
truth, but like it's true, right? So it's like, and you do it funny and like not against them as a person.
Well, and another thing is yeah, and when you stop making fun of other people, it's like, okay, well, we can only make fun of these people, but we can't make fun of those. That's when it becomes a slippery slope. And
Yeah.
and when the way he was is he's talking to an audience who he thinks agrees with him 100%. And that's really dangerous because then you get really smug and he thinks that he's speaking for everybody.
Yes.
And he's not.
Well, and,
he's clearly not.
And it's kind of like, well, and the thing is like, and this is why comedy has taken such a, in my opinion, has taken such a nosedive. And it's not just me, by the way. It's also like, people like, you know, you might have heard of them. They're small names: Jerry Seinfeld,
Yeah.
Chris Rock, Dave
Never heard of
Chappelle,
Never heard of
like, right? But like they
Yeah.
like they say that, and like these guys aren't like MAGA or like diehard Republican or something. Like they're all liberals, but like they know their job is to point out absurdity and make fun of, poke fun at stuff. And like they've even like felt crowded out in the environment over the past decade. And okay, but my point being is this: even if Stephen Colbert was a good comedian, which he's not, why is a comedian co-writing a Lord of the Rings movie?
Okay, on top of this, the most ironic part is he didn't even write his own jokes for his own show. So what makes you think he can write anything about Lord of the Rings, one of the most well-written novels in the history of the galaxy? I mean, what makes he couldn't even write a single joke on his own. He couldn't even be funny on his own. He needed writers to write for him. So why are you hiring him? That's the biggest boneheaded move. How much? Like maybe this is what I think. What went down? Stephen Colbert calls up Peter Jackson. He's like, Peter, I'm so down and out. What can I do? How much can I pay you? Just let me do something in the Lord of the Rings thing. Just I need something to look forward to. My show's getting canceled. No one's watching it. No one cares anymore. What can I do? And he's like, well, I don't know, Steven. What can you do? He's like, well, I could pay you $20 million to write if I could write something, you know. Oh, sold. There you go. You know, that's how I see it went down. It's like no amount of money though is going to be worth watching a Stephen Colbert. Could just think about what it's going to look like, for example. Are you here with me? Are you frozen?
No, it is.
You're frozen.
Sorry, I'm just like, okay, so what is this movie about? Like that's like that, because
Guaranteed he's going to make Saruman have a Trump wig on. And everybody's going to talk about how Saruman is oh, careful, there was a nose slip there. Oh no, nose slip is going to go viral. Uncanny's nose revealed on camera.
Face revealed.
But Vince Vaughn said it best. He said it in the Theo Vaughn. Did you see that? Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Have you heard this?
I have not heard. That's definitely Vince Vaughn, not Theo Vaughn, but it's on.
No,
Theo
it's Vince Vaughn
show.
on Theo Vaughn show. Yeah.
The Vaughn.
I know the difference between the two.
All right, I just need to make sure.
Okay, hold on. This is what he said.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
I'm getting
dude.
scolded.
No, he goes.
Class I didn't want to take.
Here it is.
It stopped being funny.
He goes.
Projected it because it did evangelical people to
Okay,
large part on authenticity.
Yeah.
You keep
here
a
we go.
clean plate.
Thank you. Yeah, we did vacuum.
Here we go.
But yeah, because people want authenticity.
Yeah.
And I think that the talk shows, to a large part, became really agenda based.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were going to evangelical people to what they thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so people just rejected it because it didn't feel authentic. It felt like they had an agenda. it stopped
they do.
being funny, and it started feeling like I was in fucking a class I didn't want to take.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
I'm getting
dude.
scolded.
For sure.
100%.
He's like,
Yeah.
100%. And so I
100%. And that's the thing, dude. It is.
Oh
You're
yeah,
in a
it's
class.
just propaganda.
Yes.
When you see, so like if you love to subject yourself to torture, just go back and watch some Jimmy Kimmel over the past decade,
Gosh. Oh,
or
jeez.
or some of the whatever, whatever the Tonight Show.
Jimmy
with-
Fallon.
I mean, Jimmy Fallon got pretty bad. I would still say he at least is the least terrible.
He's
of
the
whole
least.
group,
Yeah, he's the least
but-
terrible.
but
guy.
he fell
laughs
into
at
that
everything,
too.
phoning
And-
it in. Yeah, yeah.
but like if you watch, what happens is they say Trump is orange and bad, and everyone goes, "Woo!"
Funny. And then his next joke is like Trump is bad and he's orange. And everyone's like, woo!
And you're like,
Yeah.
there's a term. I forgot what I'm trying to remember what it is. It's I'll have to find the term and I'll
Trump
talk.
derangement syndrome.
Well, no, I know that term. Now it's my turn to say, do you think I don't know what Trump derangement? But no, it's basically a fusion. It's not really applause from humor. It's applause from agreeing. It's like, if you agree Trump is orange and bad, then
Yeah.
applaud. And then everyone goes,
Right.
yeah, that's what I think. And it's like, but that's not funny, right? Like,
Right. It's not a joke. And then
No.
also, if you really, my whole thing is, if I really don't like someone, am I going to write all my material about them? Or
well, if you're Stephen Colbert's team,
or hear me out. If you really hate someone, are you just gonna pretend like they don't actually exist and just make fun of other things and have fun doing your own thing? That's a crazy. I mean, that's a crazy
you
idea.
could go that way, or you could go into the daily hate.
The daily hate. Well, and that's the thing is, like, I would always say, if you were to substitute his jokes, so let's say he's making jokes about Donald Trump, and he's doing it every single day. Change that with his ex-wife or his ex-girlfriend.
It'd be
Now-
one note pony.
Now, okay, no. Now we're
Okay.
in restraining order status. You know what I mean? You're in restraining order status where you're obsessed with someone that is not part of your life at all, and you're trying to make people on your side agree with you about how terrible they are, but they're only hearing one side of the story, so they can only either agree with you or not watch. So the only people left are the ones that you agree with, right? So it's like,
It is ironically, it is almost like when you watch a lot of podcasts like I have about like cults.
oh yeah, I've watched a bunch on cults too.
It's like that is what happens, right? It's like the cult leader gets a bunch of charisma, he attracts people, then he like either like predicts something and then it doesn't happen, or he like makes people start doing crazy stuff, and then like some people go, wow, well, you look crazy, so I'm gone. But everyone else who stays, it goes, that's the only true sane thing that there is. It's time to triple down, right? Like, and like that is the cycle, right? And that's why cults always end up with like two things, right? Either everyone offs themselves because everyone goes into the spiral of doom, or they go and hide in the woods where the federal government can't find them, right? And like,
yes,
and like everyone's being abused all the time and abusing everyone else, and it's because there's no there, like, it's only motivated by like hate, right? Like hate of like a thing, or like fear, and like a deep desire to be like, to feel a part of like something, right? And there's
Right.
something there is good part of that, right? Like, we are tribal creatures, like we desire to be in a tribe, right? Like you and me are
Yeah.
friends. I don't
Yeah.
want to upset you unnecessarily, and if we for some reason got into a fight and we never talked again, I'd be sad.
yeah.
like-
so would I. Well, I'm sure we would talk it out if we were. That's the thing. Is like some people just don't even. like they just feel some way and then they just never talk to that person again. And it's like, dude, I'll always have the door open. I had a friend of mine who smashed a can on my face while I was driving, almost got us in an accident because I was using his phone as GPS and I was and he's like, give me back my phone. I'm like, dude, I mean, it's a whole nother story, but he smashed a full can of Rockstar into my face as it was foggy, as we're going 60 miles an hour. And yeah, and I'm like, dude, yeah. So I'm like, dude, I don't think I can drive. Can you drive for me? He's like, oh yeah, sure. And so I pulled over the side of the road, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And he got out of the car, and I drove away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. You just don't smash my face and expect to. And he's a person that's like, yeah, you don't do that to someone. You don't do that to me and then expect to get away with it. Like, dude, I have a scar between my eyes because of it, man. And he was an actor. He was like a wannabe actor that wanted to get all these roles, and I was good friends with him. But I mean, dude, it's like, and I messaged him the next morning, expecting him to say like, dude, I was out of line. And I said, hey, look, sorry for dishing you, but I mean, dude, he had Uber. We weren't far from his place, so he,
You weren't in the middle of the woods, is what
we weren't in the middle of the woods. It's not like it's not like he still had everything with him, and so yeah, it wasn't. To me, I was like, dude, this guy could freaking kill us both, and I need this guy. He was completely out of.
I need to work with you on a biography, man, because like the stories you've told me are like, and it's funny because like you're not like you're not like an adrenaline junkie or you're not like a street hoodlum, right? I know people like that and they have crazy stories, but that's because they live insane lifestyles. It's just like you just seem to attract interesting events in your life.
It is interesting. I mean, when I got the certain position that I'm in now, I got this wacky message from someone from my elementary school making all these wild accusations and yeah, I'll tell you that one offline, but it's like, what the heck? So for some reason, some people think that they can, because of maybe I seem super approachable, they think they could say whatever they want to me. And it's like, that's not how that works, right? It's not, it's not how, I can't, and especially when it comes to physical violence, if someone physically comes after me and I didn't retaliate, I didn't hit him back, I didn't do it. I mean, I'm driving. What the hell else am I supposed to do? But I will, I will outwit him and
you'll outplay, outwit, outlast,
and outlast him, baby. That's right. That's why I need to be casted
you
on
voted
Survivor.
him off of the tribe,
dude. I know, dude. I've thought about. I mean, what do I have to lose? I should probably apply casting to Survivor. We should both apply. That would be amazing. We should both apply because I always see Jeff Probst. He's like, Survivor, we're casting next. It could be you. Come on, apply. Survivor CBS, survivorcasting.com. And I'm like, oh man, that would be so cool.
Dude, that'd be pretty interesting.
To say the least. Yeah, to say the least. The last, there was a guy from Sacramento two episodes ago. He was a firefighter. And so, I mean, they cast people from all over. But yeah, I mean.
Hey, I support Hayhoe. Here's the thing. I'm fat and out of shape, and I absolutely cannot do any of those challenges.
Well, dude, that's the thing. But it's the Survivor diet, dude. By the time you finish, you're mean, you're lean, and everyone, you're lovable and everything.
Unless
already.
You're voted off on the first tribal council.
Well, yeah, but
in which case you got a little vacation somewhere.
I think the worst thing is because everyone actually remembers the first person voted off. And then who wins, and then it's kind of like all the characters in between. A couple, right? Maybe you'll figure out some of the Phillips who made. I don't know how far Philip lasted.
You'll remember the people who you despised and the people you love, but most.
Oh, Francesca. Yes, Francesca is the name of the lady who he mispronounced, and he's like Francesca. He's like Francesca. she's like, my name's Francesca. And he's like, no, that I meant to say Francesca because I'm an undercover agent, secret agent.
I'm an agent.
I'm an agent. Like, see.
Okay.
No, which was hilarious though. They brought her back for another season, and Philip was in that season again. So she got voted off first that season. Then they brought her back again, and she got voted off first again the second time. Yes.
How off-putting do you have to be voted off first twice in a row?
Well, the problem is with tribe mentality as well, because if you're already voted first. And it could be a hard vote. The first, who wants to go first, unless you're really annoying. Well, I think they were just like, well, she's been voted off first before, she could do it again. So why don't we? She could do it again.
Oh, dude, that's brutal, man. Could you imagine? Like, that's at least like if it happens once, it's kind of like somebody's got to go, and like, but the second time it happens to you, there's no excuse. Like,
There's
sorry.
no excuse, man. You can say, guys, please don't do me like this. Like, vote me off second. Don't vote me off first.
And by the way, one of my favorite parts, both me and my wife love this, is when he snuffs out their fire. Jeff seems to legitimately love doing that.
He gets so much enjoyment out of that. I wouldn't too. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Of course.
The tribe has spoken.
Bam. And like there's the first season when they're in Malaysia, and a desert island in like that area right near Malaysia. It's like storming, and people's like two different people already had their fires go out from the rain and the wind, and he goes, well, it looks like the weather is already spoken, but bomb, and he doesn't even know there's not a fire. And that's the moment I'm like, dude, Jeff is having fun with this show, man. He has done that for
I think 26 years, 25 years, 25 years. Yeah, because they've done two seasons a year for the past 25 years.
25 years, bro.
Yeah,
that's been his life.
Yeah,
he's gone to go travel all over the world. He's gone to meet like dozens and dozens of people, and he gets to do something that clearly he loves.
Yes. By the way, welcome, Grant. Welcome to the movie night, the night where we make it up as we go. Make it up as we go. Okay. Anyway, it's an inside joke. I'll show you later. Show you that later. But so one of his favorite lines, I've seen interviews with Jeff Probst, and when he gives the winning tribe the fishing basket or whatever, the fishing thing, and then the other tribe, he's like, all right, O2, got nothing for you. Head back to camp. He loves saying that, like, got nothing for you.
And one of the other funny things is like I didn't notice this as much. I didn't notice this as much like in the later and after season 1, but like in season 1 they would do like there's this one episode where they do a tribal challenge, and they made a obstacle course, like a relay race, but an obstacle course made by Green Berets. Right, like retired Green Army, U.S. Army Green Berets. These people are like jumping and swimming and climbing and like doing like the crawling on the ground. Right, they're just exerting so much energy. And this is like week like 4 or 5, right? So like they're all tired and like starving by this point. And then they win this obstacle course created by retired Green Berets. And then he goes, all right, well, the immunity idol is on that island way over there. Have fun rowing to it. And it's like, why? Why would you do this to them, Jeff? They just got done running an obstacle race. It's too funny, dude. It's like, that's where you're like, that's good TV. And you know he knows that that's good TV.
He knows it. Yeah, it's great. It is great. I wish he had a little. It doesn't seem like he has as much pull, or at least between seasons 41 and 49. He didn't seem to have as much pull when it came to casting. I think he had more pull with season 50 because the casting went way downhill, and it was all kind of just bland, generic people that didn't want to camp or weren't capable of camping. if you know what I mean. So it just, and then what I didn't like is when they changed it from 39 to 28 now. I think it's 28 days now. You know, they made it a lot less days because like 39,
That's tough.
That's freaking. Think about how long Lent has been, dude. Like we're still in it, you know. Like we would still be on that island in Survivor.
Yeah,
And
dude.
39
It's no joke.
days.
Those people are starving by the end.
They
like
are.
the people who are still there.
But in the new seasons, you don't really see much of that. You just see them like, oh yeah, well we had some rice, and oh yeah, we ate some fish. It doesn't seem like a big deal. And also, what I miss about it is that every year it was a different place. Like they went to China, they went to Australia, they went to Malaysia, they went to the Pacific Islands, they went to always. And then now they know it's Fiji. They've got Fiji.
It's like, by the way, I love that too. So like the island stuff is cool, but like I think that like the season in the Outback was like season 3. That one was tough, or not the Outback, sorry, in the savannah in Africa, in East Africa.
Yeah.
That stuff was tough, dude. My theory is that they couldn't really hunt because it was probably on a wildlife preserve, right?
Yeah. Right.
So like they couldn't hunt. There's no water. You're in the savannah, so like you can't fish. Like it doesn't really rain. It's always hot, and like by the time they were done with it, like one of the multiple of the characters had like 4 intestinal worms from drinking the water, like from the watering hole, and
wow.
like I'm just like, bro. When I was watching that season, I'm like, dude, you could not. I mean, I guess you could pay me enough, but like that'd be the most brutal Survivor ever. Like
Yeah.
it makes those deserted islands look like paradise.
Well, yeah, the desert ones where there's no trees, there's like a cactus.
There's nothing there.
For me, I'm done. I'm so pale and white. I am so screwed. Like
You
I would
look like
have,
Zoidberg after like a week.
yeah. No, after one day, no joke. I mean, not even after a day. After an hour, after 30 minutes, I'd look like Zoidberg. I mean, like it would be rough. I mean, that would be my one. That's my one big thing because I wear contact lenses, but I know they do have certain medical things where you can wear contact lenses, and there's logistics that way. Or if you have certain medications you have to take, you can take them. But other than that, you know,
outlast.
Yes. And what I do like about that is they don't show them going to the bathroom. I know they have a whole logistics about what to do to go to the bathroom, especially number 2. They're like, oh yeah, go take a swim over in this area and, you know, have at it. But it's always interesting thinking about. But I'm glad that they keep it PG and they keep it family friendly. They're not showing.
Well, that's one of the things that Jeff talked about a little bit in some like interviews, and like they've talked about in some like the after episodes, right? Like after the somebody won the $1 million, and then they kind of check up on people and like they have interviews and stuff. It's like this whole show is supposed to be so that everybody in the family could watch it. You don't have to send the kids away. Like you don't have to send the teenagers away. Like everybody can watch it. And it's because, and I will say this is like, I think that shows what a good concept and what a good execution it is. It's like you don't need it to be raunchy. It's like just seeing people try and survive each other like strangers and also survive the elements and then do fun challenges is just so interesting.
Right, and the drama isn't like, well, he said this, she said that. You ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna, you know. It's not some Jerry Springer type.
Do you remember
or some reality show?
You remember Rupert? I forgot what season he was in, but Rupert, the big guy, he was kind of like a big hippie guy, and then and I think it was the blonde guy whose name I forget voted for him, and he just goes, "Who voted for me?" Like he just freaked out. I remember watching that when I was a kid. I was like, dude, that guy is big mad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it is something where I'm sure you have, let's say you have 8 tribe members and then 5 people are voting for one way, you know, 2 or 3 are voting one way, and then there's one that voted your way.
Catch a stray.
Yeah, you catch a stray. It's like, what? Who the hell voted for me? What did I do? And yeah. At any rate, well, we are going to take a 46-second break and a word from our sponsor. All right?
Sounds good.
Wait, before we go any further, you're under arrest. You! Yes, you! How do I know this? Because I'm a judge! And judging by my YouTube analytics, 98.5% of you aren't subscribed to Hayhoe Studios. So I'm locking you up and throwing away the key. Oh, you want to get out of jail free, you say? Well, there is a way. Subscribe to Hayhoe Studios right now and join the army of movie lovers and filmmakers. We hit 7,000 subscribers and are going for 10,000 next. We have new content coming out every week. Thanks for subscribing and welcome to the Hayhoe Studios family. Now back to the video.
All right, we are back. Actually, Uncanny's not back, so we're going to have another word from a sponsor real quick.
Like and subscribe, it's movie night. Hey ho, studios feeling like. Hey, click that button, don't think twice. Like and subscribe to watch more. Watch more. Like and subscribe to watch more. Watch more. Movie night from Hey Ho Studios.
All right, we are back, baby. We are
Back,
back.
baby.
We are back. Yes, guys, please hit that like button if you haven't already. It helps the algorithm, helps us grow, helps us change, helps us become better.
Okay. I feel like, and I don't know how much more there is to talk about it, but I feel like I'm not over Stephen Colbert writing a Lord of the Rings movie. I did a little bit of, I was able to glimpse just a little bit, like, we were talking about it, and like, it's supposed to take place with the hobbits after the events of Lord of the Rings, and like, okay. So I don't know how much you know about Tolkien. You know, I'm a huge Tolkien nerd, right?
Yes, yes.
So Tolkien started to write a book about after the events of Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And it takes place a couple or a few generations after, Sauron gets wrecked. Sorry, spoiler alerts. And it takes place basically like in a time where there's not really magic anymore, right? Because all the elves go west and they leave Middle Earth, and like Sauron's gone and the orcs basically die out, right? And he started to write this, and it's basically it sounds like basically like a less raunchy version of something like Game of Thrones. And but he's famous for he stopped making it. And somebody asked him, I forgot if it was in an interview or like in one of his letters, right? Because he was an avid a man of letters, right? He would write letters to people all the time. And he basically said, like, he kind of gave a brief overview of what the ideas were for it. And then he said, yeah, but I decided to stop writing it. And the reason is that when you go past the kind of mythic age of like of heroes, right? And elves and orcs and like basically demons, right? That's what Sauron is.
Yeah.
Is like it basically just becomes the petty politics of dynasties and like people in intrigue, and he basically said that's not the kind of story that really interests me, and it's not the kind of story that I think I could write in an interesting way. And one of the things that I like about Tolkien in that regard is that he knew, to quote Seinfeld. I don't know how much Seinfeld you've watched, but to quote this concept, George, this episode, like George annoys everybody, right? Like he's the kind of the annoying, frantic guy.
Yeah.
He got this one episode, he makes a joke and then he leaves. Like, or his work meeting ends, and everyone's like, good job, Costanza, right? And then he comes up with this idea of leaving on a high note. So like every scene that he's in, he like makes a joke and people go like laugh, and he goes, that's it. Goodbye, Jerry. And he leaves, right? And like Tolkien does that. And by the way, that's the way the show Seinfeld ended, is Jerry Seinfeld himself stopped making it because he felt like he ran out of good stories to tell.
Right. Yeah, I remember there was that famous interview with Larry King when he's like, well, why did your show get canceled, Jerry? He's like, got canceled? You think I got canceled? I didn't get canceled. We were number one. We were number one, Larry. I came out on top. I was on top, and I loved it. He's like, oh,
It's
sorry.
true.
He's like, oh, sorry.
Well, and the funny thing is that they wanted him to make more shows, the studio, because they were making
they
hand
did.
over
They're
fist, right?
Buku bucks, yeah.
But the thing is that he knew when there was a time to stop because he wanted to end with something good, right?
Yeah.
Instead of wringing it to death.
Right,
and-
and that's a tough thing where it's like the family dog, right? It's you got your family dog, and think about my family dog, and then when he was on its last legs, it was sad. You know, it's really sad. You don't want to see him like that, right? You don't want to see the poor that show, and then also you don't want them to ask these questions like, oh, are they still on? They're still on. Oh,
Yeah.
it's still going on, and I mean, something like The Simpsons could only work because you can keep going based on pop culture stuff, but even then, I mean, I would say a lot of people that grew up on The Simpsons don't watch it anymore, or there's
Absolutely not, dude.
Yeah,
Like when you said that, that's very actually insightful. Is this still on in like a derisive sort of way? That's how I feel about The Simpsons. I'm like, dude, The Simpsons at this point is over halfway to retirement. Like if The Simpsons was a person.
right, yeah.
Like kind of crazy, dude. It's like, I mean, now I think it's almost like people are just like we were talking about with like the cult stuff, right? It's like not saying you're a cult member if you watch Simpsons, but I think it's the same thing of like that's just something you do. It's like I wake up in the morning, I check Facebook, I take a poo, and then I put my pants on, right? It's like I go on Friday night.
I hope you wipe and then put your pants on. But anyway, sorry.
Listen, I'm playing Survivor in my own house. Okay? I haven't been voted off by my wife yet. So.
yeah. There you go. You're still on.
But it's like it's just, and that's one of the things that's so you guys and if it's done well, I can understand like why people might want to do this, right? That's why people write fan fiction of like their favorite book series or movie series, right? It's like it might be done out of love, but I don't really believe that that's what the case with this. I just feel like Tolkien himself said enough is enough, and then they said yes, except we have enough money to buy some parts of your IP, and we're gonna wring it to death until we get every cent.
I see what he did there. Wring it to death.
That
That
was unintentional, but hey, it worked out. So that's kind of, and it's like, and for me, I'm thinking, if you're gonna get somebody to co-write a script for Lord of the Rings, who would you want to get? You want to get somebody like Brandon Sanderson, like a famous fantasy writer, right? You want to get somebody who like, that's okay. You're a movie guy. But like, you'd want to get somebody who has experience writing, preferably somebody who has experience. I mean, even if it's like writing for TV or for movies, right? Like, not even necessarily books, but you want to get somebody with experience, somebody that likes Lord of the Rings, and somebody that's gonna be able to give it both the skill and the love it needs to make a good product.
Yes, correct.
And that's not Stephen Colbert. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. And like they could say, oh, he's the biggest fan ever. Like, dude, he's been doing a crappy talk show for the past however long years. So he's not the best candidate. He's not someone who's been obsessing over Lord of the Rings, wanting to write it or writing certain fan fictions and stuff. And he hasn't written anything, by the way. He has not written anything. I think he wrote okay. Let's actually go to his writing credits. Stephen Colbert.
And he may like
his real
Lord
name's
of the Rings.
Stephen Colbert, obviously. Yeah.
Oh,
dude, like, yeah. Well, dude, I love Lord of the Rings. You love Lord of the Rings. So why aren't you writing it? Right? Why?
Because I don't have the skill to write a Lord of the Rings movie and make it well, like done well. I just don't have the experience and the skill.
You do more than Stephen Colbert.
I wouldn't probably
point.
Disagree with that actually, but
yeah, no, exactly. So as a writer, let's see what he wrote. Let's see what he wrote as a writer. That's okay. Stephen Colbert presents Tuning Out the News. Okay. Oh wow. Wow, whoop-de-doo. Okay. Tuning out the news. All right, let's see what else he does. God's Honest Truth with Sean Lemaine, the God. He wrote that. Wow. Stephen,
Oh boy.
The Late Show. He didn't write any of it, but he had like 20 writers. Our Cartoon President. Wow. He wrote. Wow. What a really.
Oh,
Well,
2018 to 2020. I'm sure that's not just the same 2 years of the same joke
Yeah,
over and over
right.
again.
Over and over again. Yeah. The 69th Primetime Emmy Awards he co-wrote. His 39th annual Kennedy
Democracy
Center.
series finale. Oh boy, I bet you that's not preachy.
Yeah, he wrote a couple sketches in Saturday Night Live. Oh, shocker. Daily Show, Academy Awards, Strangers with Candy. He wrote part of it. When Animals Go on TV, he wrote part of it. Weirder Than Whitney. Does any of this make you scream? Oh my gosh, this guy must. Dude, he wrote stupid political jokes for 20 years, making fun of one side, and so that qualifies him to be a Lord of the Rings writer.
A high fantasy, like Lord of the Rings really is. I mean, there's a whole bunch
Oh
of
no,
fantasy writings,
he wrote Daryl Gorn, the short. Daryl Gorn, the mysterious brother of Aragorn, is one of the unsung heroes of Middle Earth who finally gets his adventure told. Starring Stephen Colbert, Peter Jackson, and Ian McKellen. This is an actual thing.
This is like a joke thing, right? Like this is like
I think it's look at the reviews. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Daryl Gorn. It had to be a Late Show thing. Because there's no way this was it. Daryl Gorn, an 8-minute short. Comedy fantasy short. Okay, so he's making a mockery of it. Oh, and he's Daryl Gorn. That's him. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of short. But yeah. So he casts himself. Like he must be the most egotistical person.
it's just like this is the thing, right? It's like Lord of the Rings does have lighthearted moments, and the characters, like, sometimes once in a while the characters will make a context appropriate joke or lighthearted quip, but it's a serious one, dude. There's a literal demon king trying to take over the world that is trying to genocide multiple
And
kingdoms.
his name is Trump.
And of
in
course.
Stephen Colbert's world.
Yes. Well, that probably would be a joke that he'd make.
I'm not even joking, dude. He probably is going to have a character called Trumponia or something like that. I guarantee you. And it's like, dude, it's so old. It doesn't matter if he was against whoever, or like any Democrat. It would be annoying. It's just as annoying, if not more annoying.
It shows a lack of creativity.
Yes.
I mean, that's what it is. And like, listen, if the guy hates Donald Trump, that's fine. I mean, obviously Donald Trump is a pretty polarizing figure, but the thing is like, he is not creative enough. And he's not, and I don't even if he was funny, like, I wouldn't want Dave Chappelle to co-write Lord of the Rings.
No.
Dave Chappelle's funny, but
dude, I'd want him to write a 5-minute sketch parodying Lord of the Rings, and it'd be hilarious. It would be so
like,
funny.
like Bilbo or like Frodo and Sam, like in the hood or something. I don't like, you could do like a joke something. But like, I don't want him to write a movie that's supposed to be like, it's like a high fantasy movie about real and like in like strong relationships and like the human condition and like philosophy and like theology. I don't like, that's what Lord of the Rings is. It has action and adventure, but it's not just dumb action and adventure. It ties in all these deeper things about humanity. And does Stephen Colbert seem like he would do a good job of that?
Absolutely not.
Does it seem like he'll do a good job of writing characters who aren't serious and constantly make fun of, like, are made fun of in like a modern way of speaking, and like break the fourth wall all the time for no reason?
Yes.
Oh boy!
Oh boy, wow! Just make a mockery of Middle Earth, and yeah, it's something that, and especially judging by this short that he made for himself,
Daryl
it
Gorn.
Daryl Gorn, it's just making a mockery of it, and not because you can't. There is okay. I will say this. I will say this. Uncanny quote. I will say this. He is because there's a certain it's a certain veil or a certain mask putting on the comedy mask, right? Where everything's a butt of the joke. He doesn't have to be serious because he's not taking it seriously. It's okay because he's a comedy joke. Because heaven forbid he were to actually take something seriously and try to do a really good job, because then he's really vulnerable. Then you're
Yeah.
really vulnerable.
Because then if
Once
it
you-
sucks, it's like it's not comedy. It's just you sucked at it.
It's just you sucked at it, and putting yourself out there, which is in a very vulnerable spot, to actually go after something, that takes guts. And guaranteed he's going to hide under the veil of making jokes, of making it lighthearted. And yes, there's lighthearted comedy in Lord of the Rings, but it's not all that. It's not that whole that's not the
It's
whole
there's a difference between being lighthearted in the moment between characters that like each other, trying to have a little bit of levity, versus being unserious about it as a writer.
Yes, yes. And it becomes the whole Marvel thing where
Yes.
you're in a life or death situation. It's like, oh, what do I do? Do I do this or do I do that? It would be kind of funny if I should do this or if I should do that. Oh, like what? It's like just pull the trigger.
Oh, these people. I mean, and I hate to go to. Well, I don't actually hate to rant on it, but like it's like the last the last Jedi, right? Where it's like
yes.
where it's like, okay, so the Empire
Your mama joke.
is about to destroy all the people you love, and the hope of rebellion against totalitarian dictatorship, and you go, your mother. It's like it's just bad writing. It's like
Can you hear me
that.
now? Can you hear me now? Good. Like there's a Verizon wireless commercial from the early 2000s joke in a Last Jedi, and then a your mom joke. Your mama. Like, dude.
And that's
dude.
That's the kind of humor that that's the kind of approach to the writing that I think that there is a reasonable fear that he's going to take on that.
Yes. Yeah,
well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we will see. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to watch it, but I don't know if I want to watch in theaters because I don't necessarily want to give him a pumped up theater. I don't want to throw my money at it to make it seem like it went well if it didn't, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, look, who knows? Maybe it'll be good.
it could. I mean, theoretically, it could.
Anything is possible if you believe.
Hey, if I get all 7 of the Infinity Stones and snap my finger, can I make it good?
No, but what you can do is make Stephen Colbert disappear, so then you could write it, and that would make it better. You can write it, I'll produce it, and it'll be way better, and they'll give us $100 billion, and we'll be able to make it as good as we want to do, right?
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. That's a great idea. We should just do that.
I mean, honestly, we couldn't do any worse than the writers of the Rings of Power. We really couldn't.
Yeah. I know. I tried watching it too. I was pretty pumped. I'm like, oh, I want to see what $1 billion looks like. $1 billion.
It's like that. I feel like it's kind of like that South Park meme where he's like, and it's gone.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. And okay. I was. I think from what I remember, it had a strong start, but then by episode 2 or 3, it was like, oh, okay.
It's Yeah, well, I won't get into that whole thing, because that's I feel like I need to make some notes and come prepared with some generalized themes, because I honestly can't say that I enjoyed any of the Rings. Maybe like out of 2 seasons that I've watched, because I watched it with my mom.
You watch it with
I
your
was
mom. Oh, your
your
mom too.
mother. Oh, sick burn.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
um, I think I probably liked and was interested by about 20 minutes collectively from 2 seasons of show.
Wow.
That's like it's like
Ouch.
16 to 20 hours.
Oh
Maybe
my
10%
gosh.
of it was interesting or like cool.
Wow. No, that's like 1% of it.
That's
10%,
yeah.
10% would be 2 hours.
Yeah. It wasn't even that.
Wow. Wow.
Um
That's pretty bad. And that's the thing. When you have you're the target market to who
I
loves Lord
am.
of the
I'm
Rings.
a I am a Tolkien nerd. I'm like,
Yeah. It's like
dude, I have like a those cloaks that the hobbits wear in the Lord of the Rings trilogy? I
yeah.
have one. Like I literally, like, on my to buy someday list is Anduril, the sword, the Flame of the West, the sword that Aragorn has. Like I have literally a map of I literally have a map of Middle Earth right there on my wall
Wow. Oh
that
my
I look
goodness
at when
me.
I'm bored sending emails at work. Like, I'm a huge stuff. I should be eating that stuff up like ice cream sundae. And I watched it and I'm just like, dude, this is painful. Like, I literally started asking my mom at one point. I was like, how much longer is it in this episode? And how many more episodes do I have in this season?
Yeah,
Like,
right. Well, yeah, dude, it's like there's a new feature on YouTube videos where you can just ask AI what the video is about. It's kind of like ask AI what happens in this episode.
ChatGPT, is this video worth watching?
Yeah. Well, that's like because I watch some tutorial videos if I need to figure out how to do something, and then someone will be like, "Oh yeah," so they start talking about a bunch of nonsense. It's like, okay, I just need to know how to do whatever the heck I need to figure out how to do it. All right,
Yes.
so you hit ask AI. Where does he start talking about how to?
There's like a 20-minute I know exactly what you're talking about. Like a 20-minute video of like how to replace a light bulb. And the first 18 minutes is just them talking about their channel and like what they had for lunch last year, like
Right. Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Today's gonna be a little bit of a different video today, guys. So anyway, so yesterday I was at the post office and I was trying to deliver a meta. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, why you? I have a
yeah.
video. I have a video on my first channel that was how to fix a broken SD card, and it got 39,000 views because I just showed how to fix it, which means you just put tape over the side that's broken if there's a lock.
I mean, and listen, like whenever I've had to do stuff like change a garbage the
Disposal.
garbage disposal, thank you. Like changing garbage disposal, there's like a billion videos on YouTube for that. And like I looked it up and I'm like, all of these are like 20-25 minutes long, and this one's 3 minutes long. I'm like, click
I'm
on it. The
doing
guy's
this
like,
one.
my name is Steve, and I'm gonna show you how to repair this. And then he just is under the sink doing it. And I'm like, there we go. Thanks,
I love you,
Steve.
Steve. Thanks, Steve. Yes, Steve. Steve for the win. Yeah, other guys are
man.
like, before you go thinking about repairing your garbage disposal, I need
So
to
I
teach
was
you about.
buying a new saw press or a new press bench. It's like, listen, dude, I just want to fix my garbage disposal so I can make dinner.
Right.
Like that.
He's like, first off, let's talk about the history of garbage disposal. Garbage disposals came out in the 1943. Yeah.
I feel very hypocritical, by the way, because anybody who knows me, including Tremaine, knows that I ramble a lot too about that. But
Yeah, but I mean,
but
you're
I'm
not
not
trying.
trying to show people how to fix stuff.
Right. Yeah, you're not trying to. You're not trying to do this one. Yeah, this one fulfill this one need. Yeah, just do it. If there's a product, show the product, unbox the product, and show us what it is. And go from
And
there.
smash that like button and subscribe to Hayhoe Studios.
Yes, smash that like button, baby. Smash it. Real quick. Here we go.
Like and subscribe. It's movie night. Hey ho, Studios, feel it right. Hey, click that button, don't think twice. Like and subscribe to watch more. Watch more. Like and subscribe to watch more. Watch more. Movie night from Hayhoe Studios.
All right, guys, smash that like button, please, please. And if you guys are watching on Spotify, hit that like button, add to your pre-save. We are growing. We're growing on Spotify slowly but surely. You know, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music. We are on iHeartRadio as well.
Yeah, if you're on Spotify, you can always comment at the bottom of the video, right? You could say, "Hey, why did it take them 3 times to do the stream?" Or like, "Hey, what's with that weird freak wearing the mask? Why doesn't he just show you?" Do anything, just interact with
Yes.
it, and then share it with your friends so they can make fun of the fact that I have a ski mask on.
Yeah. Well, by the way, the other night, I don't know if you tuned in the other night. It was a filmmaker. What's his name? Andrew DeBerg. He's an English filmmaker living in LA, and we probably geeked out on movies. Like, this guy knows his movies, and I mean, we were kind of going toe to toe with our movie knowledge, which is really cool. It's really shows our people that love movies or just like talking about movies, whether you're general audience or whether you're a film fanatic like myself. And he knew more about me, so he's a great he's done some really good horror movies, and he's a big horror movie fan and everything. Trevor Harris is back. Trevor, yes.
Hey,
The Invisible Man.
Man.
He said the invisible ma'am. I am man, sir, not ma'am. The invisible ma'am.
There you go.
Now,
Speaking of horror movies.
now that's a horror parody if I've ever heard it. The Invisible Ma'am.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
have we talked about that? The Invisible Man.
No.
The movie, the new one. Oh my gosh. So the new. Okay, can we go on a slight tangent? Let's go on a slight tangent about the Invisible Man, the new one. It's starring probably one of the most hideous actresses on the planet. I'm sorry.
Oh,
just-
it's the lady who plays what's it called? The one. What the
Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale. Yeah.
Yes.
It's Handmaid's Tale, and she's haunted by the Invisible Man, who happens to be a tech billionaire. So it's a tech billionaire who invents a suit of a cloak of invisibility, and out of all the women in the world, he haunts that woman.
Yeah. Okay, so like, so I mean, earlier we were kind of talking about like TDS, right? So have you seen the Knives Out the movies?
I really liked the first one. The second
Okay.
one, Glass Onion, was okay. It was kind of cool. They were on a yacht, right? Or they were on an island, right? That was
Yeah.
kinda cool. I saw the third one. It was a bit too out there for me.
So I've only seen the second one. I haven't seen the other ones.
Okay.
But the second one, Ed Norton plays a tech billionaire dude who's like a fraud that like he's basically like an idiot, right? But he's just like a very charismatic idiot, and like and it's like he wants to create an alternative energy source, but it's actually like stupid and like dangerous, and like and all I could think of, and like it's not just me, by the way, because like all you have to do is, if you hate yourself, cruise to Reddit and like ask this question, right? Or like there was articles about this too. You could find it easily just by googling this. Is Ed Norton's character in Glass Onion 2 Elon Musk? And everyone says, yeah. And like the writer who it's the same guy, isn't it Ryan Johnson? He's the one that
Yeah.
wrote those, right?
That's the one. And you know what else he wrote?
The best Star Wars movie ever.
The Last Jedi.
And it's just like, and it's so funny because there's this trend, and it's like they basically take like somebody that they massively dislike and then they basically write a a character that is a complete caricature of them, minus any of their good qualities, and then
Yes.
they make them the villain. And like, and it's funny because when if you talk to like a lot of like progressives and stuff, is they think that Elon Musk is like evil and like a fake and an idiot and like basically like makes up stuff and like he didn't really do anything with electric cars. Electric cars existed since 1967. And it's just one of those things of I don't care whether you love him or hate him. Like this dude, like if you do any research into him, like if you listen to him, like have interviews and stuff, like, and even if you just look at like Tesla, like SpaceX, and all this is like, does he knock him out of the park every time? No, but he's not like an idiot fraudster.
He's the furthest thing from an idiot. He's very, very smart.
He is
And
like weapon pardon my French, but like he's like he is like almost like autistic in his level of focus on the stuff that he's interested in. It's
yeah.
pretty crazy, and he works like 90, 100 hours a week.
Yeah, Kevin O'Leary talked about Steve Jobs, and he said Steve Jobs was an asshole, but I think he said something like 80% signal. Like what he calls signal is basically all his business. Like everything he's all about, whatever it is, whatever he can do, it's all about the business signal, like 80%. And then he said with Elon Musk is 100% signal. Like there's no 20, like he's just dialed in the whole time.
He is their PR department. Like that's one reason. Like that's what I mean. He himself like basically dredged up Tesla from being a nothing company, right? And by the way, I love Mr. Wonderful. Kevin O'Leary is amazing.
Oh, I
'cause
love
he
him
has
too.
no filter at all. He does not
Yes.
care about being popular. He just is what he is, and he actually has a lot of wisdom, even if he can be a bit of a jerk sometimes.
I love his Zoom calls where he's wearing this suit, the Men in Black. He's got the suit on, and then he pans out to the camera and he's wearing like boxer shorts underneath. It's like because he doesn't have to. It's like when you're a billionaire, it's like, hey, you look good from the top, and he's just. And he
That's all
makes
that
fun of
matters,
himself.
dude.
I went through a phase where I was watching all these Shark Tank episodes, and I love
Me
that.
too. Shark
Oh,
Tank
yeah.
is an amazing show.
And people say that he's an asshole just as much as they said that about Simon Cowell. But Simon Cowell was right most of the time. Kevin O'Leary is right most of the time. And yeah, I mean, you can play into their egos a bunch, but he really...
There's this quote. Dude, there's this quote from Kevin O'Leary. It's him going, "That's wonderful, but how do I make money off depressed people?"
Yes. It's
And
like, how
it's
do I
funny
make
because it's like-
money?
And it's off depressed people. And it's funny because it's like on the one hand you're like, oh, that's kind of an effed up thing to say. But on the other hand, he's like, it's right. Like how is your thing going to be a business? Like, you could be a charity if you want, or you could just be a good person that does stuff. But like, you gotta make money somehow if you want to have a business.
I love
As
how
you know.
they're like, he makes them an offer, and then they keep saying, and they're like, well, the person's like, well, yeah, so I don't know. So Mark, what do you think? And he's like, why are you talking to Mark? I made an offer to you. Like, what am I, And you really don't. Right, Ryan Johnson tools. Ryan Johnson is a tool. I agree. He is a tool.
I agree also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but point being is it's like it's just like I didn't mind the second one. Like it was all right. It was entertaining, right? So
Yeah.
I'll give it points for that.
But the first one is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. It's a good whodunit. It's kind of like Clue, but with less goofiness. It is a good murder mystery. And I'm like, so what? And that was what he made after Last Jedi. And I'm just like, look, Ryan, stay in your lane, dude. Just make stuff like this, dude. Just make stuff like this. And he made a good movie before. One of his first good movies was a movie called Brick. Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm.
It's got Joe. It's got Joe Mama in it. Joe, hello. No, I'm just kidding. It's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in it, and who played Robin in the Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah.
loosely Robin. He wasn't officially in costume and stuff, but that's a pretty good movie. It's like a high school neo-noir. It's like a film noir type movie, and it's a really well-made movie. And he's a talented filmmaker, but why? I think his goal was to absolutely destroy and ruin Star Wars, and he accomplished that.
I don't know that he did do that. He did do that. There is on the Mr. Plinkett episode about The Last Jedi. One of the things that he talked about was he's like, is anybody surprised that a hippie from California doesn't know the first thing about writing about a war? And it's like, yeah, actually, that makes sense. That plays why everything you wrote in that movie doesn't make any sense.
Right. And it wasn't even about a war. It was about they had to get gas.
They couldn't find parking, and that's why they had to flee.
Right. Yeah, and they illegally parked in the.
You know what? That is just him writing from his experience. I'm sure that
in LA, yeah, of course, dude. Oh, there was a time even when I moved back from LA to Sacramento, I would have nightmares like, oh, am I gonna get towed tomorrow? Am I gonna get towed? It's like because you park at the place and there's like 4 signs that say you can park here 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. every other third Thursday, and then this other thing that says you can work 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. every other third Friday. Unless it's the full moon, it's like
what a wonderful city where you need a scheduler to figure out if you can park somewhere.
Yeah. No, I took a picture back in the day and I put it on Instagram, and there were literally like 4 signs saying stuff like that, and my caption was, "So can I park here or nah?"
See, that's funny. Why didn't Stephen Colbert tell jokes like that? Maybe he'd still have a show.
Right, exactly, totally. Yeah, make fun of it. It's like it's nothing against. It's just it's
absurd.
I noticed that in Rideshare in the opening scene, everywhere except for LA. Well, it still got some laughs, but actually, I wouldn't know because I didn't go into the premiere, my own premiere, until a little bit into the premiere because I was too scared. But anyway, in other cities, when people say like I live in Hollywood. It's a shithole. Like everyone laughs. Everyone laughs because they're not in Hollywood, and then they know that it is. If anyone that's actually ever been there, they know it is. It's a horrible place. It's not beautiful.
It's Mega City 1 from Judge Dredd.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it's nice to go during the day with touristy stuff, but at night, man, it is seedy. It is not
even
nice.
the night, like it's fun when you're like in your early 20s and you're like visiting LA for some reason, and you're at like a convention center where they have big like a Hyatt or something. Like that's fun. And then you go around during the day and then you kind of party in the hotel at night, right? But like the whole reason why it's fun is because you get to leave the city.
Yes.
After the weekend.
Yes. 1,000%. Yeah. Yeah. And now it's like I have more pleasure going to LA knowing that I'm only going to be there for a day or two and then leaving. And yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So we did have another thing on the docket, and I kind of want to understand why.
Okay.
Is Shrek.
Okay.
So why the last second edition of Shrek to the
that's a very good question, which we will get back to after a word from our sponsors. Be right back.
Like and subscribe, it's movie night. Hayhoe Studios feeling like, hey, click that button, don't think twice. Like and subscribe to watch more. Like and subscribe to watch more. Movie night from Hayhoe Studios.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm not in your swamp.
What are you doing in my swamp? You guys see this?
Beautiful.
Still with the plastic wrap on it.
Oh, such a good movie, man.
Even though you could still open it. But look at this, it's bigger. It's so funny. The VHS things they made it bigger just because it's Shrek. It's a market as a marketing tool. So like literally, this is all just wasted space. But they made the actual VHS like way bigger than a normal VHS for marketing, which is hilarious.
Because Shrek is huge.
Yes, because Shrek is love. and
He is
Shrek-
an ogre.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life. He's an ogre. Yeah. So for my Toastmasters, I was the Toastmaster, and then they asked me, "Oh, what's your theme?" Every week, the Toastmaster picks a theme. For whatever reason, the first thing that popped into my head was Shrek. So it was forced me to rewatch the movie Shrek, which it's still on Prime for the next like 3 days. I think it's on Prime for the next 3 or 4 days. So I highly recommend watching it, and it is so funny. It holds up so well. It is still hilarious. It is still just as funny as it was when it came out. 22 years ago? 2001, 25 years ago. So this movie came out 25 years ago.
That's
And
crazy.
Isn't that nuts? And the animation holds up, and I remember when Donkey sees Shrek's lair, and he's like, "Oh man, that place is ugly. Who the hell would want to live there?" And then Shrek is like, "That's my place." She's like, "It is a nice place. I love this place." and then he's like, "That is a great boulder. Look at that. Look at that boulder. That is a nice boulder."
And then when he starts dragging the logs to fence off his part of the swamp, it's a swamp.
No, what's great is all the fairy tale. So all the fairy tale people are packing the whole swamp, and he's like, "What are you guys doing in my swamp?" They're like, "Lord Farquaad came." Pinocchio's like, "Lord Farquaad came." He's like, "Who the hell's Lord Farquaad?" They're like, "He's an evil king over in this other land." He's like, "Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Lord Farquaad. I'm going to go to the town and tell them that they must get out of my swamp and go back to where they came from." And then there's like a pause, and then they're like, "Yay!" Like, they're all applauding.
Oh my god! Like
So now he's the hero of the swamp. He's like,
dude, it's so here's the thing. It's like, and I'm convinced that, like, you know how like when you first print something, it's nice and new and it's like it looks good. And then you throw it on the copy machine and you make a copy, and the first copy is that's okay. Then you throw that copy on the copy machine and you make another one. And next thing you know, like you're like 20 generations deep into this document you printed and it looks like crap.
Yes.
That's what I feel like. Shrek was the original copy for the culture that we're in now. It's like Shrek it had like pop culture references. It had like it had really funny play on words, and like it was irreverent. There was parts where it didn't officially break the fourth wall, but because of the joke references, it kind of did slightly broke the fourth wall a bit, right? But it all worked because like not only were Mike Myers is hilarious and Eddie Murphy's hilarious. Cameron Diaz is hilarious. Like I forgot the name of the guy who plays Lord Farquaad's hilarious.
John Lithgow.
Yes. And like they're all just, and like all the characters it is an irreverent retelling of the like German folk stories. Like that's what it is.
Yes.
But it's done so well, and it was done at a time where that was not like a thing. Right?
Yes. Yeah. The opening alone is so great. He's like,
"What a Lola!"
No. He's like, "There once was a prince that was locked up in the tallest tower. Then Prince Charming came up, but it was guarded by an evil dragon, and he must be saved by she's locked up in the tallest tower, and must be saved by true love's first kiss." Like what? Like he's like, "Yeah, like that'll never happen." And then it comes in. And then he kicks open the outhouse door, and it's like, somebody once told me the world is gonna.
It's
like,
perfect.
oh
like the
my
timing, like
gosh.
it's just great. It's even it's even funnier because like, you know, like you're saying, right? It's like the villain kind of the combat between the villain and the protagonist is what makes a story. Even in something like Shrek, that's a comedy, right, and goofy and stuff. It's like Lord Farquaad is not. He is like in some ways he's like almost a realistic villain. It's like he is a dude who has way is he literally is too small for his britches. He's like he's a little person basically, right? But he's like wears like the giant leg armor, right, to seem tall and like he wants to be like perfect and giant, right? And so what does he do? He's like, I'm gonna get my princess to make my queen so I can be a king. And then he's like, all right. What was it? It was the line. It was some of you may die. That's a price I'm willing to pay.
Right? Yeah. That's a price I'm willing to pay. Yeah.
And like Shrek is supposed to be a bad guy, right? He's like the scary ogre, but Shrek like he like generally is actually kind of like a cool dude who has a
Yes.
sense of conscience, and he just kind of wants to be left alone.
He just likes being alone. There's a scene where after Donkey forces himself to be there. He's like, "Oh no, you're not staying in here. You're being outside." And then you show him preparing his dinner. He prepares his meal. It's like this a wonderful meal. He has a drink to himself. There's a fireplace there, and he's like, and he's just about to eat. And then Donkey's out there looking into the window. But it's like, I relate to Shrek so much. Where I've had a nice, I live on my own, and I have made a nice meal, and I have a drink, and I have a show I'm about to watch, and I'm like, life is good. I like this. I like this a lot. I can relate to it a lot, and I'm having it my way, and I'm having a beautiful meal, and I'm gonna
And then
enjoy
Uncanny barges into your life on your nice Friday evening, and
You're right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, and Donkey's looking inside, and it's so funny. But Donkey is the person that Shrek didn't ask for, but he needed. He really
Yes.
needed that, right? He didn't know he didn't know, and yeah, Donkey is so funny. And he's like, shut, he's like, ogres are like layers. He's like what?
like onions.
Like they smell, they stink, or like onions. No, they have layers. Yeah.
Which is even better, right? It's like because like Donkey is not malicious. He's not malicious. He's just an idiot, right? And so like he's trying to describe that like I have a hard outer layer in on the like you that would need to be peeled away, and like it's unpleasant, and like it's and then Donkey's like, well, nobody likes onions. What about a parfait?
Yeah. No, yeah. He's like, yeah. What about cake? Cake's got layers. Everybody loves cakes. He's like, what about a parfait? Everybody loves a parfait.
And it's just like, and it's great because it's like, it's that classic. In a way, it's like it's bridges the gap between the irreverent cynicism of like a lot of comedy today
Yes.
with like classic comedic tropes that work. Like you have the smart dude who plays like the straight man, and then you have like the idiot who's who's like eccentric. And like that dynamic just works, and it plays perfect with Donkey and Shrek.
So here's the exact script we can do. If you can read this, we can figure this out. Okay, so Shrek, okay, wait. Yeah, if you want to, can you read this?
Yeah.
There's Shrek and then Donkey. You want to be Donkey, or you want to be Shrek and not be Donkey, or
well, I mean, your dad's from Scotland, right?
Okay,
so
all
I feel
right.
like
Yeah,
you
that's
have to be.
yeah, right. Yes. Okay, all right. I'll be Shrek. You be Donkey. Okay.
For your information, there's a lot more to ogres than people think.
Example,
ogres are like onions.
they stink.
Yes. No.
Oh, they make you cry.
No.
Oh, you leave them out in the sun and they get all brown and start sprouting little white hairs?
No. Layers. Oh, onions have layers. Ogres have layers. You get it? We both have layers.
Oh, you both have layers. Oh, not everybody likes onions. Cake. Everybody loves cake. Cake has layers.
I don't care what everybody likes. Ogres are not like cakes.
You know what else everybody likes? Parfait. Have you ever met a person, you say, let's go have some parfait, and they say, hell no, I don't like no parfait. Parfaits are delicious.
No, you dense, irritating miniature beast of burden. Ogres are like onions. End of story. Bye-bye. See you later.
Parfaits may be the most delicious thing on the whole damn planet. I just love, it's like with like a donkey loves hearing himself talk so much that you can't, like, Shrek can't stop him. He's just like unstoppable.
Yeah, right. And he's so he doesn't whatever mean things he says, like Shrek says to him, he doesn't even acknowledge it at all. He just it's like water off a duck's back. He just doesn't even and there's a Lord Farquaad. What's that? It's hideous. Well, that's not very nice. It's just a donkey.
There's this one part when Shrek gets up to the tower, right? And like Donkey's distracting the dragon by like she's falling in love with him, right?
Yes,
And like
yes.
and he's basically being sexually harassed by this dragon, right?
Yeah.
Like he's not even battling it. He's just being like dealing with its advances. And like what was it, like he gets Cameron Diaz and he's like, we're heading out, and then he like puts her down and she's all, well, where are you going? He's all, well, I gotta save my ass.
Yes. Oh, dude, actually, what's really interesting about that scene is that Jeffrey Katzenberg, the guy who was the head of DreamWorks Animation, who co-founded it with Steven Spielberg and Bob Zemeckis and all them, they were debating that line because it's supposed to be a kids movie, right? And he really fought for that because he's like, I gotta save my ass.
It's hilarious, dude.
It's hilarious and it's really funny. But they were debating it because they were saying, "Oh, can you say ass in a kids movie?" Da, da, da. But ultimately they decided for it because ass is also donkey. Ass is donkey.
Well, that's what makes it so funny. It's not just cursing for the sake of cursing like you see all the time in movies now, right? Like everybody's like a 15-year-old that just learned their first curse word. It's like the whole point of why it's so funny, and I still remember that from when I saw it when I was a kid, even when I wasn't allowed to say the line, right? Is like because it's such a good play on words. It's like it's just very clever in like a funny, quippy kind of way.
And even as a kid, you laugh because you get it. Like I remember I saw it. I mean, 2001. I was 15, so I got it. But it was and it's so funny. And then you see all the. What I love is you see all the fairy tale characters, and it's kind of making them like I love Pinocchio,
the Muffin Man,
and the Muffin Man. Yeah, like when Lord Farquaad is interrogating.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Yeah, he's interrogating the poor gingerbread man.
With a cup of milk.
Yeah. He's like, oh no. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. Gingerbread.
Dude.
Oh no. Here we go. Actually, you know what? Let's do this scene while we're at it. Let's just do this scene. Okay.
I feel like I'm getting an interview right now.
This is fun.
Maybe I'll be in future Hayhoe Studios movies or something.
Yeah. Maybe you never know. Okay, so there's Lord Farquaad and there's the Gingerbread Man. Who do you want to be?
I think you do a pretty good high pitched voice. We'll let you do that one.
Okay, all right. You're Lord Farquaad then. I'm Gingerbread. Okay.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Gingerbread Man.
You're a monster.
I'm not the monster here. You are. You and the rest of that fairy tale trash poisoning my perfect world. Now tell me, where are the others?
Eat me!
I love the pun, dude. I've tried to be fair to you creatures, but now my patience has reached its end. Tell me or I'll...
No! Not the buttons! Not my gumdrop buttons!
All right, then. Who's hiding them?
Okay, I'll tell you. Do you know
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man!
Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives in Drury Lane?
Well, she's married to the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man!
She's married to the Muffin Man. It's like they literally like I just love that they turned that into literally just singing the fairy tale song.
Yeah, it's so funny. And everyone knows that song, that stupid song. And they made it funny and they made it into a scene.
It's just like that's what I mean. It's like it's irreverent in the sense that like it makes fun of and kind of it turns something that's like an old folk tale that has a certain mystique about it, and then it
Yeah.
makes it mundane, right? Like it pokes fun at it. It kind of it makes it a little bit ridiculous, right? But it does it in a way that's not disrespectful to what it is, and it's also funny. It's like a real funny joke.
Right. Yeah. It pays homage to it.
Yes.
And yeah, and all the characters like Donkey. I'll find those stairs. I whip the butt too. Those stairs won't know where they're going. Take drastic steps. Kick it to the curb. Don't mess with me. I'm the stair master. I master the stairs. I wish I had a step right here, right now. I'd step all over it.
Or just like I like there's a scene I didn't even realize this until probably a few years ago, and I rewatched the Shrek movies with my wife, right? And there's a scene where like he has an arrow in his butt, right, when he gets attacked by like the Merry Men and Robin Hood, right, when they try and take Cameron Diaz away from him.
Yes.
And he has this arrow in his butt that she like yanks out, and he's like, like, oh, and then Donkey's freaking out because he's like his only friend that puts up with him, right? Is like he's like, oh, you're gonna die, and he's like, and Cameron Diaz goes, calm down, Donkey, go if you want to help, go and find red berries and blue thorn or like blue leaves, and he's like,
Oh,
and then he
yes.
just jets off, and like the funny part is like. And he
He's
says
like, red
this,
berries,
he's
blue
like,
thorns, red berries, blue thorns.
but he can't see red.
Yeah,
or
you're right. He's
blue.
like, red berries, blue thorns. This would be a lot easier if I wasn't colorblind.
And then he just grabs something, even though it
Yeah.
is the right thing. But he
Yes.
just grabs something and runs back. Like that's the kind of thing where it's like that's one scene, like that's a throwaway joke, right? That has no importance to the plot. It doesn't, further character development or something. It's just one scene, and it has the setup and the payoff, and it's funny and it's played well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is something that, and Donkey's such a lovable character, such a lovable ass. Or he is. You just and all the characters you care about, and even Shrek, right? Like Shrek is someone that he loves scaring people. He loves living on his own. He loves that stuff. But deep down, he's actually a really nice guy. But he's
He
just
does it for
misunderstood.
fun.
Yeah, he does it for fun. But
he
but,
doesn't
but
actually hurt people. People just
No.
make up stories because he's scary.
and people have the thing is, but people like he's played into the idea of what people have thought of him as an ogre, and he had that line which is actually really deep. He's like, oh, it's the outside world who's all against me, right? He talks about
They just see a big stupid ogre.
yeah, and they don't ever get to know me. They don't even get to know me, and it's true. I mean, in a lot of things, there's a lot of truth to that. A lot of like how much do we judge other people for how they look?
Well, and the other thing too, which is interesting, is that Mr. Big Bad Ogre, who revels in his kind of like he's kind of taken on that persona and reveled in it, right? It's kind of like if everyone's gonna see me as a monster, I'll just play it up, right? And the funny thing is like later in the movie when he goes to express his love for Fiona, right? It's like he mishears her talk about how when she turns into an ogre, she's just like a monster. And it's funny. It's like it actually okay. It's kind of funny. It reminds me a little bit of my dad. It's like my dad was like he was like a street fighter and he like knew karate and like he was a
Oh,
Marine,
wow.
right? So like my dad was
He was
like,
a Marine? I didn't know that.
yes,
Wow.
he was. My dad was Mr. Billy Badass. Like he legit got into fights all the time, like as a teenager and a young man, right? Like street fights too, like not like just karate tournaments. But if I remember one time but he loved me like to death, right? And one time I said something, I made like a joke, and it smashed his heart. Like he just got all like hurt. His feelings were like really hurt, and it's like it was just it's just like a little something. Like my dad's like he's like steel, right? Nothing could beat him
Yeah.
up, and
Right.
it's kind of like that scene in Shrek is like big bad ogre that can take on 50 dudes, right? And like everyone's scared of him. And yet he hears from like this one woman that he loves that he thinks he hears her say that he's just a dumb monster and or an
Hmm.
ugly monster, and like that just destroys him, like Mr.
Yeah.
Bad Ogre guy.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
it's it is such a good movie, and I really do think that I think it was ahead of its time, and I think, but even more so, I think it kind of in some ways created a whole genre of movie in a way.
Okay, so I was watching this interview with Jeffrey Katzenberg. He was the overseeing the animation and the studio co-owner of DreamWorks. He got fired. So, okay, Katzenberg was, I'm not sure how familiar you are with Katzenberg, but Katzenberg was at Disney for the longest time. And he was
Mm.
hired by Disney in the 1980s when Disney animation was tanking. And they were working on this movie called The Black Cauldron. You ever see that movie?
I have.
Okay, you have seen it, but it was apparently one of the worst, like,
Oh, it's
animated.
terrible.
Yeah, yeah. So it was that, and then whoever was in charge at that time said, "Hey, you see that place over that building over there? It was Disney Animation Studios." They're like, "That's your problem now." So he became the overseer of Disney Animated Studios. So Jeffrey Katzenberg, thought about back to Disney and what made Disney Animation so great. And Disney always said their animation, their characters were their movies were only as strong as their villains. Like the villains, if you look at Snow White, if you look at all the movies that they did back in the day when Disney was in charge,
Yep.
it was all about
Sleeping Beauty.
right, Cinderella,
Yeah.
all those movies. And so Katzenberg went on to oversee a couple little movies called The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, The Lion King.
So he brought in the Disney Renaissance of the 90s.
Yes, yes. So he brought in,
Wow.
yes, yes. So in the meantime, Michael Eisner was hired, I think in the 90s as well, and they were working really well together for the longest time. Then all of a sudden they weren't, and they were kind of butting heads. And there was a guy named Kevin, I forget what his name was, but Kevin was a guy that worked there as well, and he would kind of be the marriage counselor between those two guys. So they worked well together until they didn't, and then the marriage counselor guy was there to mediate, and they would still work well and move forward. But Michael Eisner really wanted to oust Katzenberg because it just wasn't working out for whatever reason. Anyway, Kevin, the guy Kevin, ends up dying in a helicopter crash, and so 2 months later, the CEO Michael Eisner brings in Jeffrey Katzenberg into his office, and I guess they had about an hour-long conversation. But bottom line is, Katzenberg was fired from Disney. Okay. So when Katzenberg got fired, he came out, he left his office, and then his assistant was there, and he goes, "Oh," and she goes, "Oh, this is terrible." And he's like, "Why?" Like, "Because you just got fired." And he's like, "How did you know that? You weren't in the meeting." And she goes, "It's all over the news."
What?
So Michael Eisner, in a sounds like a pretty sleazeball attempt, sounds like it at least, leaked it to his PR people right when he was about to hold the meeting to Jeffrey Katzenberg. So by the time he came out, CNN, MSNBC, all the big media outlets said Katzenberg is out. He's fired by Eisner. He wanted to make a mockery of this guy. He wanted to shame him and get him out.
So he wanted to destroy him, basically.
He wanted to destroy him, but get this. His secretary goes, "Well, you have a couple people waiting on the phone lines for you, waiting to talk to you." And he's like, "What? Who? It's Bill Gates, Steven Spielberg, and Robert Zemeckis."
Wow.
Yeah. And one
Just
other.
a couple little known
Yeah,
people.
a couple little known nobodies that were leaving messages. And they had been waiting for 20 minutes. So they waited for 20 minutes for him to come out. And they came out and they're like, "Hey, at least they're like, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you start your own? Why don't we all start our own studio?" and why don't you be the operations manager of it? And he's like, sure. So I guess they all started. So then they all started their own studio, a little studio called DreamWorks, and the rest is history. And Shrek is one of the first movies that they made under that name. And so Katzenberg said, he doesn't want to replicate what Disney did, because Disney's motto was to unleash your inner child as an adult. He wanted to unleash the inner child as an adult. But he said, well, I want children to unleash their inner adult, which sounds kind of odd at a weird time. But he wants he doesn't want to treat kids as little kids.
Well, that was the philosophy that I was raised with. Like, I wasn't raised with like, goo goo gaga shiny colors until I was like 13. Is like, I was watching World War II documentaries with my dad when I was like 6, right?
Wow.
Like my
Yeah.
parents and I used to watch SNL in the golden age when they had Chris Farley, Phil Hartman, David Spade, Adam Sandler, right? I was watching that when I was like 6, 7, right? Like,
Wow, 6'7", 6'7". Okay,
ah,
sorry.
all right,
I haven't heard that. I had to say that.
You need to leave the island.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, sorry. Shrek is gone. I had something else. Oh no, yeah. Shrek is gone.
The tribe has spoken.
So we got Donkey. Donkey's here.
Donkey would definitely get voted off first.
Donkey. No, why would I get voted off? One time I heard about some people voting, and they were voting a different way. But why would people want to vote for me? I don't know why people want to vote for me, because I do nothing. All I do is talk, and I walk, and I do the whole thing.
So there is another. That's actually really interesting. There is another movie that was a big part of my childhood that I love, and it's also a DreamWorks movie. It was made in 2000, so when he was probably still there, and it's called The Road to El Dorado, which is
he started DreamWorks, so he was definitely there.
So that's like a classic movie.
The Road to El Dorado? I've never even heard of it.
Such a good. Here's the thing: it's kind of like Shrek in the sense of like it's a kids movie, but it's actually
I remember seeing this cover of this movie.
It's such a good movie, dude. Like, trust me, if you have a few minutes, you should watch it.
I will definitely watch it.
It is a buddy movie. It's like a buddy adventure movie with like action and like adventure and like a lot of really funny like humor. It's basically like what was it? What were those movies? It's with Bob Hope and the two comedians. They would go around to like Road to Bali, Road to wherever. Come on, you're the movie guy.
Road to Perdition.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Bridge to Terabithia.
That movie is surprisingly depressing.
I was gonna
it
say,
like goes from a fun
a
adventure, like
depressing.
kids adventure movie to like, and she's
is.
dead.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching for the first time with my wife a couple of years ago, and I'm like, okay, well, it's got PETA from Hunger Games, so that's a strike against it off the bat. But it's a fun adventure movie. Like, oh, they go to Terabithia, and there's some like dark little spirit things, right? And then she's dead.
Right. And
she's drowned in the river.
In a van down by the river. Yeah. No, yeah.
I love that, by the way. There's this one episode of that skit at SNL skit. And Chris Farley goes, "What do you want to do with your life, little girl?" And she goes, "I want to live in a van down by the river." And he goes, "Well, you have plenty of time for that." And then he has the look of like, oh shit, what am I going to say? When you're living in a van down by the river. Dude, I love that. Dude, Chris, I'm sorry. It's just that
it was so good, man. It was so funny. I mean, that's when it was just trying to be funny. They were just working hard and being funny. And is that such a hard thing to ask for? Is that such a hard thing to do? I mean, come on. But Shrek,
the way that you just said that too reminded me of. Do you remember the Harlequin boy skit SNL skit with It had Chris Farley and Sandler, and like Sandler's like, "Will you hire me to watch your house while you're out of town?" And then Chris Farley, the camera pans out and it shows Chris Farley, and he goes, "Let the damn boy watch your house." And then like it keeps going from like watch your house to like, please don't make me wash your bed sheets. Why wash your own damn sheets? You should look it up. I'm sure it's on YouTube. It's really funny, dude.
Watch it. That is funny. That is awesome. Yeah, I'll watch it. I rented Road to El Dorado, and I'll watch it. I'll watch it tonight.
It is such a fun movie. And it really does. That makes sense. I think I might have heard about this about I didn't recognize his name, but about the guy leaving Disney and then starting DreamWorks, because it sounds kind of familiar now that we talk about it. And like it's just DreamWorks had that period of just like one knock out of the park after another.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's really. Yeah, they really. Yeah, they also did The Boss Baby. Okay, Cruise, but
I think that was later though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's later on. Yeah, it's later on. But I mean, it just shows that there is a huge gap for animation and for actual creative animation and fun animation and everything. Oh, Ants was their first one. Oh, dude, so they did Ants, Prince of Egypt, then Road to El Dorado, and then Chicken Run, and then Shrek. I mean, that's
yeah.
huge. Yeah, I mean, dude, Prince of Egypt, Ants when it came out, that was amazing. That movie was awesome.
Ants was, well, it's funny because like
Did you ever
Ants
see
and
that
Bug
movie?
Life. Oh, of course, dude.
Yeah, Ants and It's a Bug's Life came out at the same time.
But it is funny as they're very different movies.
Yes. They're both about bugs.
They're both about. I know one is like, there's kind of like bully grasshoppers and there's a bit of lighthearted adventure. And then on the other is, there's ants resisting a fascist dictatorship takeover of a colony.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah. Dude, and Prince of Egypt was amazing. I remember that when that came out.
That was a classic too.
Yeah. I mean, and that was a big deal because I don't think there had been an animated biblical story.
Not a good one.
Yeah, right. Well, we're going to talk about that on Monday, by the way, guys. Good, bad, and ugly religious movies that are based on the Bible. There's some that are good, some that aren't as good. But yeah, so.
In Sinbad too, if you look right above the Road to El Dorado in your screen, is Sinbad, which I don't think got quite as much PR, but it is a good movie too. It's like a fun adventure movie with it's like a fun moral, like kind of moral tale adventure kind of thing, which I think a lot of those early DreamWorks were, which is nice, right? It's like it's like you don't have to make something stupid for kids because like you don't want them to stay infantile. You want them to learn how to be good. But if you can make a moral stories also be fun and exciting and funny and charming, like that's the best way.
Well, yeah, it's like what they did with Aladdin with the live action versus the animated one. The live action one was like, "You'll die a street rat. You'll always be a street rat." And then and then like the animated one is like, "You've always been a street rat. You'll never see that, and you will die a street rat."
That's pretty good. You actually kind of look like old man Jafar.
I look like it too.
That's
yeah,
pretty good.
well, that was one of the villagers, but still, but still, it was they were really. It's like, oh my gosh, like wow, and you relate with Aladdin, like you're a poor kid trying to just eat some bread, and he steals some bread. He's a bit, he's not completely morally correct with stealing
He's a little
food
bit
and stuff like
gray
that.
area, but it's
Yeah,
acceptable because he's
but
not doing it just for
he-
money. He's doing it to survive, and then he feeds like the kids, right? And like,
yeah, exactly. He's but they tone down a lot of the stuff in the live action, and that's what once you tone down. What is one of those Bible verses? What like it's basically once salt doesn't taste like salt.
it's worthless.
It's worthless. It's useless, right? And that's us. Like we always have to have our own flavor to things, or else we become useless
Well,
to the world.
and I like I like Will Smith, and like I think that he pulled off Genie just fine. But like there is a difference too. So I rewatched. I do this a lot where I'll watch a live action, right, or like a new revamped version of a movie, of a classic movie, and then I'll just go and watch the original because like there's enough similarities that it makes me want to just enjoy what I already
It
like.
just makes you want to watch what's better
Yes.
already. Yeah, what already
And
came out and what's better.
and
Yeah.
and when you're watching it, so like there is a scene, and maybe this is just me being pedantic, but that's what the stream is about, right?
Yes.
Is is so there's a scene where in the live action where he gets flung off of, so like there's this in the live action movie, there's like not nearly as much of like a kind of playful rivalry between Genie, Robin Williams, right, and Aladdin. Like in the
Yeah.
in the animated version, right? Like he gets out of the underground area because he basically says, "So you can do anything, Genie?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course I can." And like Aladdin is like smart enough to kind of play on his pride a little bit, right? And like,
Mhm.
cause he just busted out of the lamp and he's ready to do stuff and he like puts on a whole production for him, right? And he's like, "Well, only a really good genie could probably, like, nobody could get us out of here." And like he plays it up, right? He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you think that I can't get us out of here?" Zap, right?
Yeah.
But
Right. And he plays to him. And then that wasn't a wish. It was like a free wish. And he didn't
yeah,
have to
and
use
it's
a free
like, and Will Smith, and this is just kind of like his character. It's fine. It's good in certain movies and stuff, but like Will Smith has like a kind of a little bit of a condescending kind of tone when he
Mhm.
like is kind of joking around a bit, right? Like, and there's a charm in that, right? But it's just like the original Aladdin and Genie. Like Genie was Robin Williams' tone through that movie was like he really liked Al and he was really looking out for him. So like
Yeah.
every time, like you notice this throughout the movie, the animated movie, is every time that he could bend the rules, he would help him, and he wouldn't even require it to like Aladdin to use one of his wishes.
Yes.
In the
Yes.
in the live action, there's a scene where Jafar pushes Aladdin into the ocean while tied to a chair, right?
Mhm.
And so he can't swim and he's gonna drown. And Genie basically like Will Smith is basically like, "Come on, Al," like, and he kind of like moves the lamp to his hand and kind of moves, and he's like, "Well, that's good enough. I'll use your wish to save you." And then like he saves him, and it's like the original Genie wouldn't have done that. He would have just saved him.
Right.
And
Right.
it's like the Will Smith Genie's like, "Well, I'll save you because I do like you, but it is gonna cost you one of your wishes, right?" Like it's just it doesn't have that same sort of
They didn't have
dynamic.
they didn't have as much of a rapport. It seemed
No.
it seemed like they were just and then the poor Aladdin lead and he's complaining that he's not able to get any acting roles after this after being in Aladdin a huge major.
Really?
Yeah, well, you can see why because I mean he's really bland, generic, toast, and it's too bad for him. But I mean, they got someone who maybe looks the part, but doesn't like Aladdin had that personality. He had that.
He was like a showman. Like he was super charismatic. And that's why like
Yeah.
I mean, and that's like when he sings the song, right? Like when he's singing like the street rat song in the beginning. And like there's a line where he says like, if it wasn't for our circumstance, we'd probably get along. And like everyone goes, "No," right? It's because it's supposed to be comedic. But like there is a part of you that's like, well, actually, he probably believes that, and they may like him because he's just so, even as a thief living on the streets, he's so charming
Yeah.
that like
Right.
you can't almost help but really like him. And I'm not to get down on the actor from the live action. I think that the writer and the director just didn't like they didn't have him pump
The
up with
director is Guy
charm.
Ritchie, by the way. Guy Ritchie.
Who's Guy
Guy
Ritchie?
Ritchie. You know Guy Ritchie. You know Guy Ritchie. You know Guy Ritchie.
Guy. Okay, what is he? What has he directed?
Snatch. Sherlock Holmes. Minute. Yeah, Snatch. Did you ever see Snatch?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, Snatch is a really good film. It's a fantastic.
Okay, he
He
made
did,
Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, but he's not known for that. He's most known for Snatch
Mm.
and Revolver. You ever see Revolver? It's a good
No,
movie.
but I've seen Rock and Rolla.
Okay.
It doesn't seem. I don't know. Like it just doesn't seem like the right kind of movie for
He
him.
did King Arthur. He did King Arthur. Legend of the Sword.
I did see that. Now he is not the kind of director that should
If
have
you,
made.
well,
The,
if you look at Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels is a phenomenal movie. It's a great movie. Lock, Stock. It's a really fun British gritty film, and
well, but I mean that's.
it's got Jason Statham, Vinny
I
Jones.
I do see him in there.
Yeah, dude, Lock, Stock, and then Rock and Rolla, Snatch. Again, those are three.
Yep.
Snatch is a great film. You got to watch Snatch. And then he made Aladdin. So, yeah.
And here's the thing, like I've seen three of the movies that he's made. And like they're good movies. It's just, is that the right person to make? Do I want the guy who makes gritty, actiony, mobster kind of movies to be the guy who makes Aladdin?
Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true.
It's fair enough. Like, listen, I wouldn't want. You're gonna hate me for this because it's kind of a little bit bashing on the prequels. I wouldn't want George Lucas to make a complicated political drama. Like it's not
Who?
his.
You want who?
George Lucas.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Like
I
that's
mean, he did kind of make a dry political drama, like episode 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah, I know, and like those are probably the worst parts of those movies because
Well, yeah.
because Star Wars is an adventure movie, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a melodrama adventure in space.
Is that legal? I will make it legal.
That's right. It's just like, and like in the second movie in Attack of the
Your
Clones,
Highness. The blockade.
in Attack of the Clones, there's literally a scene where Jar Jar Binks gets manipulated into pushing forward the Military Creation Act by literally like the most blatant manipulation possible. A dude literally looks like they're talking from him, and he goes, "If only Senator Amidala was here, she would create this bill." And it's like she literally spent years fighting that bill. And also, like, anyway, and then what does he do? He just goes onto the Senate floor and says, "Dello Delegates, we need to create the military." And everyone goes, "Yeah!" Boom, that's it. That's how you build a military. That's how you pass legislation, I guess. You can just walk up and be the senator.
Dello Delegates. I love that.
That actually is a pretty good line.
That is a great line. It's a great line. Good job. Yeah. No, that was great. Yeah. Well, yeah. Going back to Dune 3. December is going to be a really interesting month because there's going to be Dune 3. The Harry Potter series is going to come out. 2026, I think, is ramped up already as a way way better year than 2025 as movies come. And I'm excited. I'm actually excited for some movies now. We also have a Hayhoe Studios movie coming out July 10th at the Harris Center. World premiere, red carpet. It's big time, guys. Big time. We're producing it. We are going to be shooting it in the next couple of weeks. I will keep you guys posted.
baby.
That's right. But everybody that's on patreon.com/Hayhoe Studios are going to learn everything about the latest film, and they're going to be updated and posted to the behind-the-scenes content. We're going to have some behind-the-scenes vlogs of every day that we're filming and everything, and you guys are going to be the first to know about our latest project. Which, can I talk about it? No, I can't. But I can't say what it is or what it's about. But what I can say
You
is
can
if you
say
join,
that it's gonna kick ass.
it'll kick some ass. It's going to kick some ace.
Hey, it's gonna save your ass.
Ass. Yeah, save my ass. I've got to save my ass. Yeah, totally. And thank you guys. We are going to, we'll be posting everything on Patreon first. So you guys who are patrons, and we have a few patrons now on Patreon, which is awesome. It's exciting. You guys, we are building the world's greatest movie studio, one brick at a time. With our latest movie, we've got Rideshare, Simp, Cat Town Story, even the Bachelor Party movies, which we'll have to watch.
Which
Uncanny.
we have to figure out how to make
after
that work in
after
April.
Easter, between maybe we'll figure out some time. But yeah, April's gonna be a big month because we're ramping in for this. We're ramping in and we're ramping up for our new movie, so it's exciting.
It's true. Gotta
It's
make
exciting.
that dollar bill, yo.
Dollar bill, guys. So yeah, go there and support the channel. Support on Patreon. You could also scan this QR code right here. Go ahead and do it, baby. I really appreciate it. So Uncanny, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for talking. We are excited about 2026. I think it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a good year, man.
It's gonna be a great year. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting on Patreon, liking and subscribing. And we will see you next Monday. We will be talking about movies of biblical proportions. Actually, Uncanny will be here. Tom will be here. It's going to be a big episode. It's going to be an episode of biblical proportions. All right. All right, guys. Tremaine Hayhoe, Movie Night, signing out. See you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Bye, guys.
Like and subscribe, it's movie night. Hey ho, Studios feel